What's up, fam? First of all, happy 4th of July to anyone who hears this or um, finds their way to my page or my inspiration YouTube channel, my inspiration page, or my website. Um, Today is 4th of July, and first of all, if you haven't seen any of my videos, I do a lot of these off the cuff. I don't like to have thought it out because I like to be raw when it comes to some of these things. Over time, my opinion may change. I may learn something different, and that's okay. I find that's fine. We hold too steadfast to opinions and beliefs of today when we learn and something in the future may change that opinion. The reason I talk and the reason I do these things is so that people can think and maybe see something a little differently. So that's what I do. I don't try to keep these super long, but you know, I don't believe in the status quo. Hey, keep this short. Everybody has a short attention span. No, because I think if the message is important, it needs to be stated and stated well. So as I do these things, that's what I'm doing for it. And again, it's not that I'm smarter than anybody or anything like that. It's just my opinion, and hopefully to make us all a little better. That's my goal. So anyway, we'll get to the point of today's message. Uh, Today is 4th of July, and it's a time where we in America, because I know I got friends all over the world. Um, both military and civilian. In America, we celebrate our independence from England. And as I drove around today, I had to go mail. I had someone randomly order two of my books off my website, and so I didn't see that until yesterday, and it was been like 7 days, and that's bad business. So I went to the post office this morning and went and mailed off the two books. I love anybody who wants to read my ramblings. So anyway, as I go to the post office, I decided to do a couple mile walk. Just 2 miles. I wanted to get my legs, stretch my legs, since I'm not teaching today. For those who don't know, I teach fitness classes, and so I'm not teaching today. So I took a 2 mile walk along the water. And as I walked around, I saw, the American flag hats and the shirts and the dresses and the pants and the chairs and the cutlery and it's America, America, America. People are letting off fireworks all over the place. They've been doing it for a couple of days now, and folks have been complaining, but it kind of is what it is. Um, I may or may not go out and check out the fireworks. I don't always do it. I sit with my dog. It's the only time of year I'm actually nice to my dog. That's my wife's job, to be nice to the dog. But firework day, I kind of hang out with him, and I don't have to go out and people. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and walking around, and I see people. I see posts, and then I see these people, and they're proud Americans. And so it got me thinking a little bit about a couple things. Our forefathers wanted independence from one control, the control of a family, control of the church. They wanted independence for the people. The people could vote. The people could regulate themselves and teach themselves and do what's best for the people. So we didn't have this big class warfare, so to speak, right? So Independence Day was about that. I mean, we went to war, we fought so that this country, so that the people, and actually one group of people, specifically the Anglo-Saxon Protestants folks, would have the freedom to run the country the way they wanted to, and that's what the colonies did. Our independence wasn't about equality. In fact, the founding fathers didn't push for equality at all. It was about mainly one group of people getting the most out of what this great country allows. So as we spread across the United States, what is now the United States, more and more peoples became part of the American fabric. Everybody started becoming part of the fabric, and though we had many years of contention and wars and hate and bigotry and all these things, we continue to the melting pot became continue to be to evolve, right? And so when we started with independence, we started to go and learn for equality, and it became America about the people, or it's supposed to be. As I sat and kind of as I walked, I thought about, what does it mean to be independent and to be a proud American, or to, as stupidly as it sounds, make America great again? What does it mean? And what I came to was this, and this is kind of where I'm going. We are a country that has great potential. We are a country that has great love, great respect. We do great things around the world. I mean, Americans give and are compassionate and caring. I've seen I've seen some of the greatest things done, and some of the sweetest and most giving things done from all over the world. Everybody has it, but I think we give ourselves a bad rap because we want to be individuals. We want to be individuals. We rather be more proud of the flag flying than the thing that the flag flies for. We rather wear an American flag as a bathing suit, so it's okay to put a yeast infection on an American flag, and be upset when someone kneels during the Star Spangled Banner. Personally, that person's right to not stand up for the Star Spangled Banner is much more patriotic to me than some drunk chick having the American flag shoved up her butt crack. Now, I know people are going to disagree with that, flying your flag on the back of your truck, or, and having it dangle all dirty over your car. I find that more disrespectful. It's not patriotic. But we are a people. We're not white. We're not black. We're not Mexican, we're not Indian, we're not Native, we're not Chinese, we're not Japanese, we're not Korean, we're not Islanders, we're not, Middle Eastern. We're not one of those things. We're not gay, we're not straight, we're not Christian, we're not Protestant, we're not Baptist, we're not atheist, we're not lovers, we're not fighters, we're not convicts and prisoners, we're not justice, we're not injustice, we're not shitbags, we're not hate, we're not love. We're not any one of those things. What we are is all of it. And that's America. And recently, over the last several years, we've incited this division of our peoples. We've inflamed and we've created barriers and walls and division of people. We're created even more so class warfare. We're creating more so gender warfare. We're creating more so race warfare. And as I'm thinking about Independence Day, I wonder, where do we go wrong? Because that's not us. We are not one race. We're not one belief. We're not one sexuality. That's not us. And I realized that the founding fathers' goal was to include, eventually, was to include the people in this big, beautiful thing we call America. Because you can be an atheist in our country. You can be a devout Christian, loving God, and have your cross and your God crucified in your window. But you can also be a Wiccan with your 6-star pentagram. I can't remember. I think that's what it's called. You can be a married couple for 70 years and have 22 kids and 50 grandkids if that's what you want. And you can be a lesbian couple that never wants to have children. You can be it because that's America. I served this country for 22 years. I've seen things. I've been around the world. And one thing I always loved to do was come back to my country because you see it all. We are it all. We celebrate our independence not for the fact that we beat England and said we're not following the king and queen's rules. We're not living under the hierarchy of the royalty. We did it because a guy like me can come from slaves who were brought over this country 400 years ago and beaten, our names taken from us, and the religion placed upon us and forced upon us, and our names and our spirit and our history was taken away, and I can develop something new. And I can be right here talking. And somebody can hear what I'm saying. Somebody can read my books and say, damn, that man has great things to say. Not that black man. Not that veteran. Not that heterosexual or homosexual or whatever. That man. Or more specifically, Sean. When I look at our independence, I look at our ability to welcome those in who don't agree with us. And as long as they live within the rules, we are okay. The laws that the country, that the people have established. The people. So if you are sitting somewhere at a barbecue or, getting drunk and watching the kids run around and laughing and having fun, and you are sitting with your American flag bandana and, you're ready to celebrate our victory. I want you to think about a couple things. One, a lot of men and women died for the idealism of this country. Even though when we were founded, it was not founded for us all. The ideals that were instituted and was eventually that turned into our Constitution and in our Declaration of Independence, the ideals was about unity. Our ideals was about everyone getting a chance, a fair chance. Our ideals. And I want you to think about how many people died for that. And how much we're squandering and we're pushing away by being hateful and hurtful and harmful and falsely being proud Americans. Because it's not prideful if you are sucking from the tit of freedom and your class ability, your privilege, whether it's white, black, Mexican, whatever, your privilege. And yes, every group has privilege. As a black man, I can literally call every white person I meet racist just because they did something to me, and no one's going to really question it. That's privilege. It's not white privilege that we talk about, but it's privilege. We all have our own privilege. And we use it and abuse it. But we abuse it to the fact that we don't look for someone else who is an American and isn't getting the same treatment, doesn't have the same ability. Right? When we move forward as a country, we move together. When we go to war as a country, which we are set up to go to war again, I've been to war. You know what's in uniform fighting for this country? Blacks, whites, Mexicans, Asians, illegals. Yes, foreign citizens, foreign people are serving our country in uniform in order to gain their citizenship. Gays, straights, straight people, rich people, poor people, racist. Doesn't matter. All of it. It's all happening. And they're all serving and they're all dying for this country, for the ideals of this country. Not for the rhetoric, for the ideals of this country. And inevitably of the world. Because equality and unity and togetherness is what we wanted. Because if we have it, we're not hating and killing each other over stupid stuff. I know that in 1776, I would not have been welcome in the room unless I was serving food as they signed our independence, as we declared our independence. I wouldn't be able to look into the face of the gentleman signing those documents. Now I can look in the eyes of any man. Doesn't matter, because I'm an American. I can walk into a store and buy what I want because I've earned the money and I'm an American. I can love my wife who happens to be of a different race, and I am not concerned by someone else's opinion of whether or not she has tainted the race. Or, because we do it in our black community as well, I've tainted the race. Don't care. Because I'm an American. I have the right, the equality to be married who I want to be married to, as long as I'm not breaking the law. I'm not marrying a 12-year-old. Can't do that. I have a house, I have a family, I got friends, and I have an ability, I have the access to the world that I want. I can bash the President of the United States if I want to and not go to jail. I can't threaten the President of the United States. I can bash him. I can bash the President, whether it was Barack Obama or President Obama or whether it's President Trump. I can bash them and say, this person's an idiot or that person's, and not worry about going to jail or being executed because I'm American. When you sit back and you have your drink and you watch the explosions going off in the air, I want you to ask yourself, if you watched all the way this far, what does it mean for you to be an American? Because if you look at someone else in this country who has the same rights that you have, and you are trying to keep those rights from them, then you're not an American. I want us to be great. I want us to live the ideals of what the Constitution says. I want us to live the ideals of what we have created, both men and women and even children, because we are Americans. I want to wish you all a happy 4th of July. I am proud to be born where I was born. I'm proud to be able to reach people the way I'm able to reach them. I am proud to hold my head high in a place even when sometimes I feel like I am not treated equally in certain situations. But I know I can fix that. I can be part of the solution. So as you raise your glass, if you're drinking today, don't drink and drive, please. Or as you party, you sit back and you blow up things because everybody likes blowing up stuff. Um, be mindful and understand that the way we make America great is by being better Americans. Not to the people who we agree with, but to the people we don't agree with. Humility, humanity, and togetherness is going to make us great. I don't know what our founding fathers would say if they saw America today. If they saw all these colors and all these races and all these peoples and things. But I would hope that they would look back and see the ideals that was instituted was those that they would go, that's what we were looking for. A free country that does what it needs to do for everyone. I may not have it right. I may not have the best. I may not be right about life or anything. But I know one thing. I give because I want to. I give to each person honesty, integrity, laughter, joy, and my truth. No matter what you come from, no matter what your status is. Because I am an American. So, happy 4th of July. We